What is up, guys? It is Found Oasis, and today we'll be doing something a little different than what I usually do. I'm going to be doing a OBS tutorial showing you guys everything in the best settings. But before that, I just want to let everybody know that I'll probably not be doing a lot of streams on Twitch anytime soon because of my internet dipping out and just not being consistent. So as soon as I can, I will let you guys know, and I will be back to going and doing streams. But for now, I'll just be doing YouTube videos. So you stay up to date, hit that bell icon, and do all that stuff, and keep notifications on, so you get a notification when I upload. But for now, let's get right into this. So what you're gonna want to do, it's blocked by my webcam, but this is kind of obvious. You're gonna want to go to File up here. Drop down menu will come down. You're gonna want to go to Settings. This stuff in the General section, this section right here. In the theme, you can mess with that. As you can see, it just changes the theme. So do that if you want to. Output, you really don't need to mess with it. Source alignment, this is nice for when you're bringing sources into OBS, whether you are using OBS, Stream Elements, Streamlabs, whatever you are using, this is probably something you're going to want. So you might have to turn certain ones off and turn certain ones on at one time or another. But snap sources to the edge of the screen, it will snap them to the edge of the screen here. Snap sources to other sources, it will snap them to other sources within the preview if you have them. And really the other stuff I don't mess with personally even. So these three tabs, really, the first three are the ones you're going to be messing with. And it shouldn't take you that long to set that up and mess with it, depending on how you want it. Stream, this one's important. The service, you'll probably already have that set up. I use Twitch for streaming, so I have it set to Twitch. Server, you want to keep that at auto. This, the enable bandwidth test mode. That is for when you are testing your streams before you go live, which I would recommend doing that probably multiple times before you ever even do your first stream. Don't be like me, where you go live and when I first started streaming, I went live without doing that because I didn't even know about it. But hopefully this is letting you know if you're watching this video. So I would do that. Twitch chat add-ons, if you want those. Now this is something important. Do not check this. Just don't do it, because you're most likely going to want to go by what it says your internet can handle when you are streaming, which for me it would be 6,000 and 320. So you don't want to go above that. That's the recommended. Now you might be able to go above it, but unless you want to mess with it on your own time, I wouldn't do it. So basically, one last thing before I go any further. When you do enable the bandwidth test mode, I would recommend going to stats when you are testing and make sure you look at all this stuff, which all I did here was went to docs up here, drop down menu, went to stats, as you can see, and it tells you all the things you need to know. CPU usage, disk space available, whatever is left on your hard drive or SSD, how long it's going to take for it to take up all that. As you can see, it can glitch sometimes. So that's the actual time it will take. And it will tell you that. Memory usage. So just so you have a little bit of understanding, the rendering lag is usually due to your actual hardware. And the encoding lag here is usually due to when you're streaming, and that has to do with your internet usually. Average time to render a frame. This might go up by like a few milliseconds. You'll see it go from 0.1 to 0.11 to 0.12, or it will drop even sometimes. But it should relatively stay at whatever is normal for your computer. So it might look a little different for yours. But it should be relatively low for sure. FPS, set at 60. That's usually what you want. But if your computer can't handle that, set it to 30. Which I will be showing you guys how to do. So go back to settings, underneath file. Then go to output. This is the most important tab on the side here. You want to really watch what I'm doing here. Encoder, you want to set that to X264 if your computer does not have an NVIDIA graphics card, which I do, so I have it set to this. But if you have an NVIDIA graphics card, have it set to that. It will work. It's the best one. Rescale output, that will probably be automatically checked, and it should be whatever your resolution of your monitor is. So check the resolution of your monitor if you don't know what it is, and make sure it's set to that. Rate control. CQP is what I would go with. For me, that's the only thing that seems to work, so I would really set it to that. CQ level, 14. Keyframe interval, 2 seconds. Keep all this stuff because it's usually automatically done. Let's go to recording now. Only thing that really matters up here, unless you have audio tracks that you use the, if you use the default audio mixer stuff, which I wouldn't recommend doing, I would actually disable all the things that come into OBS and just put your audio stuff in the sources. So like the audio output capture, put it through that, put it through your sources, and your mic as well, put it through your sources. Your mic will be actually automatically into audio mixer. So I would just disable that and put it through sources if I were you, because there can be weird glitches with OBS, and just trust me, just do it through the sources. So the recording settings, the recording format, you want MKV, and the reason why you want MKV is for if your computer turns off, or you blue screen, or there's a power outage, whatever it may be, you want it set to that. The encoder, again, NVIDIA or whatever your computer can handle, you might want to experiment with that with the bandwidth test mode. See what works best for you. Again, rate control, CQP, 14, 2 seconds. Now, audio. This is if you are using the audio mixer. You set the things in here. Replay buffer, you want replay buffer when you're streaming. Basically, it will record however long, and replay that on your stream. And then you can set how much maximum memory that will take up as well. So yeah, audio, you can set your sample rate. You want stereo, definitely stereo. Decay rate, you really don't have to mess with any of this stuff in here. There's not much, to be honest. Video, this is important. So this is where you set your frames. So I would set that to 60 if your computer can handle it, 30 if it can't. Base resolution, you want it to be set to whatever your monitor is. Now, if you downscale or upscale it on your output resolution, which is what people are going to actually see, then you're going to want to use a downscale filter. And I forget what it's called, but it starts with an L. That's the one you want to use. So yeah, that's what you want to use. Hotkeys if you want them. Make sure it's simple, only like a 2-key combo, so you can remember it. As you can see, I have some. Accessibility, you don't have to mess with anything in there. Normal, I wouldn't recommend going above normal. Definitely don't do high. I wouldn't do it. Even if you have a good setup, you really shouldn't have to. Because that just allows more, basically your CPU or your graphics card to be used up more by OBS, and it really will set it more as a priority more than it already is with normal. So you really don't want to do any more than that. Video, depending on what you have, that probably will be set automatic, so you probably won't have to change it, but Direct3D 11 is the best, so if your computer can handle it, set it to that. Color format, NV12. Color space, this is the best, 709. That's probably automatically set. Color range, you want to set that to full. Now, this is something important. You know how I was saying about MQV? That is good for actually keeping your recording stored on your computer, just in case your computer shuts off. But to upload it to YouTube if you're doing a recording, or you record your stream during your stream, you need to have it so it automatically remuxes to MP4, because that's what YouTube can actually take and it will actually upload it. So you definitely want that to be checked. If you want a stream delay, this is something I would recommend setting up. If your internet sometimes gives out when you're streaming, as long as it's not like all the time like mine was, I would set this, and it basically will do a retry delay, how many seconds it would retry for, and how many tries it will give it until it just stops. So it will try 5 times to reconnect for me. So I would set that. Sources, enable browser source hardware acceleration. I would have that on. But really, guys, I think that's about it. There's really not much more I can show you guys. If you use Stream Elements, it will give you extra docks. If you don't, you'll still have a dock selection whether you're using Streamlabs OBS or regular OBS like I am. You'll get a bunch. If you set up, I know if you set up Twitch, it will automatically add a chat dock, which is what you see over here where I was spamming randomly. Yeah, and there's really not too much. You can put in whatever docs you want. I have an activity feed, as you can see, my stream information, all that stuff. And there's scene transitions, which you can set to fade, cut, fade to color. You can set all those things if you want to. But really, there's not too much else to cover, guys. And that will be all for this video. So I hope you had a good one. And I hope this video helps you out, because I know I had to watch tons of YouTube videos just to figure this out. So I hope this helped you out, and have a good one. See you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.